37 years of teaching experience. He has more than 100 paper publications at international conference and journals. Sir has guided 7 PhD candidates, 47 projects of PG students, and 77 projects at UG level. Sir has reviewed the book on microwave engineering by Pearson Publication and 2 book chapters in Spencer Journal. He was invited by Arizona State University, USA, speaker at International Conference, Thailand, and was invited for plenary session in more than 7 international conferences. He was session chair at various international conferences. Sir has received Best Paper Award in the International Conference on Computer and Computational Intelligence Bangkok, Thailand. He has received Excellent Presentation Award in IEEE International Conference, and he is viewers member at MIT's Warrior and PCE in Nagpur. I request our Principal Dr. Milek Khanapurkar sir to felicitate Sahil sir. Thank you, sir. Sir will be delivering the topic, the discussion on a session on smart antenna for 5G and 6G application. I request sir to continue the discussion.
Yes, very good morning. Yesterday I was mentioning about November month is very fantastic for all of us at Cummins, this campus, and particularly for me. I'm very much happy and glad that I have my another friend, Prasanna Thade, who is here to deliver his expertise on the field of antenna. Again, I will repeat. Dr. Rajgopalan sir was here.
Yeah.
No, he was here.
He was here.
He was here for that NIT conference. His address was there. And then you know his relationship with me. So he was. I invited him on the campus. First week of June. Okay. In the second week, we were having Sandeep Darvekar on the campus, and now himself. So these people, again, we have 40 years of relationship together. I still remember 85. We were together. He was senior to me by 1 year. We traveled a lot together in YCC bus. I have a lot to be memories with I am very much sure that he will justify the kind of expertise that he has in the core field of electronics and telecommunication. The theme of this activity as antenna design. So, once again, sir, on the personal behalf, I welcome you.
Thank you.
And I request you to start the session.
Definitely. And thanks for inviting me and giving me the chance to do the expert. Of course. Okay. Good morning, all. Energy in enough. Okay, we hope so. And I could not make you both. Okay. Welcome you all, and today I am going to deliver the smart antenna for the 5G and 6G communication. No doubt, 6G is not implemented in India yet, But 5G we already implemented, but yet we are not explored the whole spectrum properly. Means still we are in the age of 4.5G in India. Of course, the developed countries like China, or we may say the USA, Korea, Japan, they already implemented 7G. 6G they already implemented. China is planning for 7G. So my topic is the role of smart antenna for the 5G and 6G technology. So before go into the antenna theory, before that we should know what are the challenges and what are the things to be in the 5G and 6G. What is the basic difference between this? So so the presentation outline is I start with the concept of 5G and 6G technology. So we are before start the antenna, we just think about the 5G 6G technology. Then we start with the simple dipole antenna. Then polarization and cross polarization, how the beam to be formed. Once the beam is formed, then how it can be steer the beam. After steering the beam, how to focus the null to the unwanted direction, or the noise is coming in that direction. We have to focus the null. And the beauty of this 5G and 6G technology is it not only focuses the beam in the desired user, but it also focuses the null to the undesired direction. And with this, we can get the more robust type of communication uh, and the speed or data rate to be increased. Then we discuss a little bit about the smart antenna, that traditional antenna versus smart antenna. Then the smart cell antenna, linear array, and 5G, 6G, massive MIMO. Basically, my topic is the massive MIMO. Instead of talking about the massive MIMO, talking about the smart antenna. No one antenna is smart individually. Okay, it makes smart because of the things to be associated with this. It not look smart. It's a performance is point of view. It is a smart, and basically it is nothing but the massive MIMO antenna I am talking about. Okay, so these are the references I have to take you the material with this. So if you get a sufficient time, if you have time, you just go through these references. A beautiful YouTube videos are there. Some good lecture notes are there. If someone is interested, so you can go to this. Next. So 5G, 6G technology and concepts. So what is smart antenna? Or what is the massive MIMO? Why the smart antennas? Compared with the traditional omnidirectional and vectorized antenna, smart antenna system can provide a greater coverage area for the each cell site, better rejection of co-channel interference, reduced multipath interference via increased directivity, increased data rate, handset battery life has been extended, and the most important and beautiful way, that is the track the multiple users simultaneously. Other antennas are not doing it, but with the technology of 5G and 6G, we can get this feature which can get. So the 6G technology is a game changer technology to unlock the many things we did not imagine also. So things we are not imagining it that could be also get today. Now just imagine 10 years before you never thought about the today's communication. I would thought 10 years before you are not going to bank and everything you can get on the mobile phone. Not possible. There is the Ola, Uber, Oyo. You can book everything. You can book the reservations. Otherwise, if you remember the 10, 15 years before, we have to go to the railway station, we have to stand in the queue, and we have to wait for our turn, and then we will get the booking. But today, it is possible. Why? Because of the 5G technology and all. So Google, Facebook, Amazon increases the global reach due to the 5G. So today, the most of the malls are empty. Why? Because of the online shopping. You can exchange your clothes very easily. I heard about that. It is a joke. So people wear it, use it, next day they send for the replacement. Such a type of technology is also there. Okay. So so the main advantage of IoT 6G are greater speed in a transmissions, lower latency. Greater speed means it gives the large coverage, large distance it can travel, and therefore it gives the, we can say 5G 6G is the greater speed in the transmission, lower latency, which response time is very fast. Earlier it is in millisecond, today it is in the 1 millisecond and below also, and of course in the 6G and 7G can operate the patient who is in now. How possible? Because of the low latency. He operates there, he use the instruction accordingly, the things to be takes place, and this is possible because of the, we can say, the speed or data rate or latency. Okay, so the implementing the virtual network slicing. So I am not going in that network slicing and everything, but these are the also things to be related to. Next. So you are might be familiar with, if you remember, in the 1980, the first phone was brought in India, and that phone should have, if you heard the one of the politician name, he is not no more, that is called the Pramod Mahajan. He bring that mobile phone, first mobile phone in India, and it is the size of brick. It is the size of brick size. Okay, ईट के बराबर का phone था, and he start calling on just talking on this, and the cost is extremely high. So the first generation, it is in 1980, which is known as G stand for generation. These phones were analog, and where the first mobile or cellular phones to be used, the speed is only 2.4 kbps. Okay, so very low level spectral efficiency and a security point of view, there is no any prevention. Then after 10 years later, in the year of 1990, the 2G and second generation, these were based around the digital technology. So the speed is 64 to 144 kilobits per second and offer a much better spectral efficiency as compared to earlier. Security, there is something, the new features and the text messages and the low data rate communication. I don't know how many of you are remembering. So the first phone which we start using is a Nokia phone. It is a blue color battery type of phone and these things. Okay, we can send only the messages, and that could be a big thing for that time. Okay, so then the third generation will come into the existence, that is in the year of 2000, 10 years later. The aim of this technology was to provide the high speed data. The speed is 14 to 42 megabits per second, and then the fourth generation will come in the 2010. This was the all IP based technology. Okay, so the internet has been involving in this, and technology capable of providing the data rate 100 to 150 megabits per second to the 1 gigabits per second. So this is the fourth generation, and now today we are in the age of fifth generation, and in the fifth generation we are using the massive broadband and IoT type of things, and the rate becomes 1 gigabit per second, and in 2030. Basically, 2020 is not the exact year in the India is entering in the 5G. It is because of the COVID. It has been extended by 2-3 years. Okay, and it is start implementing into after 2 years later. I mean, in the 2022 or 2030. And the next we are talking about the 2030. We will in the age of 6G. So full digital and connected world, and data rate is just beyond your imagination, 250 gigabits per second. Such a type of our high speed things we are getting with this. Now, the